Welcome back to the show. I'm Max Keiser. My guests today are Ulrich Schreitner. Am I saying that correctly? Close enough. We'll get into that in a second. From Der Spiegel, Nigel Eccles, CEO of Prediction Market HubDub, and comedian Kerry Quinlan. Barack Obama's inauguration next week is expected to draw record crowds. He's going to take the oath of office using his middle name, which is considered a controversial one in America, Hussein. Hussein is the diminutive of Hassan and literally means good or handsome, or in some cultures it means shock and awe. Obama is being hailed as the president of the world. Stacey, everyone is counting on Obama changing the U.S. foreign policy. What are the charts showing, goddess of the data?
First of all, we'll take a look at the outgoing president, his reception, and the rest of the world. Oops.
Hola.
Oops. Oh, there you go. The shoe was thrown at him.
Yes.
But here's Obama, and he's being hailed as the president of the world.
Okay.
How it's going to go, I'm not sure. I think the Oracle needs to tell us.
Yeah, I think, we should try to consult with maybe a Hollywood superstar. Oracle, find us a Hollywood superstar. Oh, I hear a voice. I hear a laughter. This sounds awfully familiar, Stacey.
Are you there, Oracle?
Oh, my God. I know that voice.
Oracle, what will the ratings of my show be next week?
Well, I'm not sure, but I believe this is Alec Baldwin.
Yes, Max.
I'm not sure what the ratings will be, but I know that I'm downloading it for free on the internet. Does that have any impact?
Oh, please don't remind me of that, Oracle.
Are you seeing a kind of a shift in the perception of America to be more favorable now with Obama coming in?
But when Obama comes in, I think the first thing he's got to deal with is the economy. But at the same time, I have a lot of faith in Obama. He's going to bring the bulk of the U.S. troops and get them out of the dangerous spots in Iraq, if not out of Iraq completely. So that's very hopeful.
All right. Well, thank you, Alec Baldwin of 30 Rock and other spectacular movies and productions around the world. Eric, let me ask you something. Barack Obama, Der Spiegel had a few cover stories on this. Is he now the president of the world?
He really is a guy who gets all the warm and good feelings of people out. So I guess that will help.
Nigel Eccles, HubDub, prediction market master. You track these types of things in the prediction markets, which some have called more insightful than any other way of polling, getting information, aggregating information. Barack Obama's numbers on a global basis pretty spectacular, yes?
Oh yeah, like he would have won by a landslide in pretty much every country in Europe and generally worldwide.
Kerry, in the UK, very popular, Barack Obama?
It's the most exciting thing in the world.
How do people express their excitement for Barack Obama in the UK? They have another pint, or what do they do?
They very quietly say super. No, we don't like to make a big show of anything.
Ulrich, is there going to be a difference in U.S. foreign policy, do you think?
I'm sure.
What do you think the difference is going to be?
I'm very sure. I remember doing a story about the UNESCO this year and beginning of this year. And the Bush administration had a wonderful talent to send always the enemies of an organization to these organizations. So the UNESCO ambassador was a known UNESCO eater. The same with the UN in New York. The same, we had some ambassadors in a row who didn't speak a word of German. Right. You don't do that with us, and it's really not friendly. So that was the way of the Bush administration, and I'm pretty sure that Obama will change some things, on that softer skills that you need to be successful in.
To be fair to Bush, he probably doesn't quite understand that other countries speak other languages.
Well, you never know.
So
you get this
I'd let him off.
question in the U.S. That's right.
Yeah.
Also on the HubDub charts, there is this question about which Muslim nation will Obama give his speech. He said he was going to visit a major Muslim country and give a major speech, and now there's on HubDub and other prediction market sites, which country is this going to be? What's the action there?
So we have, certainly Egypt's the favorite, but I don't know. I think he'd probably go for more of a warm-up act. So Egypt seems to be a bit of a tall order. I don't think he's going to launch into solving the Middle East question straight away. I think he might go for something a bit easier. Maybe even something like Indonesia or Malaysia. I think this reflects kind of the optimism that our users think that he's just going to launch straight into solving the world's crisis.
He made a great speech in Germany, of course, leading up to the election.
Well, we're not a Muslim country.
Yet.
All right, I feel the oracle coming on. I know it's going to make a prediction. It's all happening. It's all happening. Yeah, let's see. Look at that.
Wow.
Obama's address to a Muslim nation will happen in Indonesia, and not a single shoe will be thrown at him. Well, the oracle is quite omniscient, I think. How do we feel about that one?
I think he was listening in on our conversation.
While Obama begins a new administration in the U.S., over in Africa, is Robert Mugabe on his way out? Stacy, what do you see?
Well, Max, I see that he's sending us some love in America. The Germans over here might not like our bailout plans, but according to the Central Bank of Zimbabwe in their latest report, they say, as monetary authorities, we commend those of our peers the world over who have now seen the light on the need for adoption of flexible and practical interventions. This they mean pouring money on our bankers and our economy.
Zimbabwe's central bank stopped posting inflation figures in January when it stood at 100,580%.
As you see, they have the $100 billion notes there.
So technically they've got more billionaires than anyone else in the world.
I think everyone's a
so we should
billionaire.
be taking their financial
Absolutely got to be a trillionaire over the quadrillionaire, the septillionaire.
See, that's something to look forward to in the UK and the US. We're going to have billionaires soon. And then, you know, the Germans, we could say, nah, 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 we're all billionaires.
Yeah, we're all
not.
billionaires. I only have those euros.
But you can't buy our cars anymore.
So here you have a case of hyperinflation, and this is actually talked about, Zimbabwe, as where the U.S. might be going if it continues to these bailouts into this hyperinflation. You're just laughing, a German laughing. We've got all the gold. We've got a great banking system.
No, but I think, what did you say? 1,500?
Yeah, 100,580% inflation.
Oh, well, okay. I don't see that for the United States.
What was the exchange rate between the Rice mark and the U.S. dollar at the height of Weimar Republic? Do you happen to know that figure?
I don't know, but it was not that.
It was in the trillions, actually. Something over 4 trillion to 1 was the exchange rate at that time. That was a true hyperinflationary nightmare. Right. Zimbabwe is going through a hyperinflationary nightmare. Of course, the people in Zimbabwe are suffering as a result of it, and the managers of the global economy don't seem to be able to fix their own house, much less step in and fix somebody else's house, which is a byproduct of years and years of total irresponsible banking, I would say.
To lower the interest rates now to 0% in the U.S., I mean, that is crazy. That is, again, makes credits more cheaper than, how do you say, savings.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's the
just
same,
free money, effectively.
The same story again, it's free money.
Free money.
Yeah. It's crazy, and that's how it all started, actually.
The Zimbabwean people themselves apparently don't like this inflation, and according to hubdub.com, Mugabe will lose power in 2009. 74% of the people are predicting this.
What do you think about Nigel? How does that look to you?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's a bit optimistic. The form guide on African dictators is they always last longer than you expect. So I would be putting on 2010 or later.
You'd be a short seller of that contract?
Oh yeah, I'd be short set to 2009.
You think Mugabe holds on to 2010?
I think so.
Carrie, have you ever played any comedy clubs in Zimbabwe?
No, but I think I'd go down extraordinarily well.
The Harare Yuck Yuck Club.
Yeah.
With Carrie Quinlan. It's fantastic. We'll book you in 2009.
Okay.
Take a little while.
Can we make it 2010 just in case?
I feel the oracle is turning up. I feel the oracle is coming up with something. Yes! Robert Mugabe will be out of office within 2 weeks of introducing the world's first quadrillion-dollar banknote.
Wow. I wonder how many zeros that is.
Well,
That's a lot of zeros.
A German would know.
Quadrillion. Let me see.
9 is billion.
That is 1 over trillion.
I think it's 10. I think it's 10 zeros.
Wow.
I believe.
Is it a billion, trillion, or trillion?
Well, on that note of zeros, that's it for the Oracle this week. Thanks to my guests, Ulrich Frickner, Nigel Eccles, Carrie Quinlan, and special guest Alec Baldwin. Make sure to tune in next week for more news before it happens.